independent, paid like Illuminati. I'm so fucking faded, I can't feel my body. Flow like AAC Rocky, beat like oh my goddy. Did it all himself and burn me a copy. What's going on, everybody? I'm back for FL Studio tutorial number 12. I'm going to show you something a little simpler today, I guess. It's Thursday night and it's -5 and my phone says -29. I'm in Minneapolis, so beautiful fucking day, right? I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm just going to go back to the first tutorial that I did, the sidechain compression dance beat. I've added a couple of instruments here, a bass synth, some hi-hats, and a drum. And I'm just going to show you how you can put a little bit of a groove on the pattern. It'll make more sense when you see it. So here's how it sounds right now. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is go into the kick drum. I've got this pattern drawn out. It's just every quarter note like every other dance beat. The bass synth follows the melody of the synthesizer, and I just kind of drew it in there, and it's right in between the kicks. Added in the drum and the hi-hats that you're hearing. But anyways, when you look at everything, here's the hi-hats. They're right in the middle of where the kick drum doesn't fill. Same with the bass synth. So the hi-hats and the bass synth are hitting at the same time. The first thing I'm going to do is select all the notes and go to snap none. I'm going to shrink these up, and I'm actually going to mute everything else right now except the kick and the snare pretty much. And drag this forward a little bit so it's offbeat. That sounds pretty good. And I'm going to do the same thing with the bass synth. Shrink it up a little bit. And I can see the hi-hat on this other instrument in the step sequencer with the ghost channel, or the ghost notes and the piano roll. So these should line up perfectly now. Alright, you can kind of hear that little delay on the hi-hat and the bass, and it kind of gives it a nice little swing or a groove, whatever you want to call it. Now the problem is the hi-hat, I'm sorry, the sidechain synth that I have going here, it is also going to be, you know, set up so that it's playing in between the kicks. And it's not really that on beat anymore, if that makes sense. So I got to kind of tighten it up. We'll go into the limiter, and I'm feeding it with the kick drum, and the threshold's like almost all the way down, so it's pumping the volume up and down on the sidechain synth. If I play with that threshold and kind of pull it up a little bit, it'll let a little bit more of it through, and it'll kind of sound a little more offbeat, and it should match the rest of the track. Actually, if I pull it down, it sounds better in this case. But you kind of get the idea. You just got to play with the threshold and understand that every song is different. And here, even I thought that I could just turn the threshold up. I've had a couple of tracks where I can pull the threshold up a little bit and adjust the ratios. And, you know, sometimes it sounds good that way, but if you want to hear this example, you can listen to that Dev in the Dark remix that I did. I do this exact same kind of thing right there in the dance breakdown on that beat. And you'll get kind of the idea from there, man. So I'm going to wrap this up. I should be back tomorrow with another tutorial and maybe another 1 or 2 over the weekend. I'm working on some tracks, so stay tuned, subscribe, like, and comment the videos, guys. And I'll be back. Later.